Hi, my name is Will and welcome to the Gunroom sessions for this week. Today I'm talking to two guys from a band called Teraset. They're from Awamutu. Would you guys be so good as to introduce yourselves?
I'm Lee and I play guitar.
And and I'm Madman and I sing the vocals.
Who's missing from the band today?
Vince. He's our, guitarist slash bass player.
Sure, yep.
When did you guys get together?
Ours is a pretty long story. We come from different bands. We go back about 20 years. Mark had a band called Friends of the Beast in Tauranga.
Yeah, way back in the day.
And we had a band called Terra Firma with Vince and I, with another lad who passed away, which ended that. And we had a break of about 10 years and then we got this together.
What was the sort of thinking behind forming this band? Was it just a couple of mates sort of getting together, having a few beers and writing some riffs, or did you have grander plans in mind, or what was it?
Well, basically it's Lee wrote he's always writing. He writes a ton of music, so he had his albums he'd been preparing for years, just riffs, songs, and then what was it? Probably about a year ago, you decided to actually get some of it down.
Yeah, finish it off.
So finish it off because, as you know, everybody knows who plays music. You know, you can write a riff, and next thing it's gone into the void.
Sure,
yeah,
happens all the time.
Yep. So yeah, I think it was a bit of encouragement by me. Lee saying,
That's
"Come
right,
on, mate,
yeah.
you got to get your shit together, bro."
So you're playing for years and you have nothing to show for it, and we felt like that to
Yeah.
some degree.
Yeah.
Because we've been around the block a couple of times, but you know, it's just good to have a couple of albums or some recordings that you can reference to in the future, because you won't be doing it forever,
Sure.
as it were.
In theory, yeah.
In theory,
I feel the same way too. Like,
Mhm.
you know, being able to record stuff now and sort of being in my 40s, I think that's it's a good thing to stay active and sort of get as much music out of
Precisely,
you as
yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Before you're too old. Or,
Yeah, it's way
or you
too
stop
easy when
caring.
you got a job and stuff. You know, life takes over, eh? And, I mean, I could sit there and I've got all my guitars lined up against the wall, and I'll just like be out there having a beer on the deck after a hard day's work, going, you know what, can't be asked, just can't be. And yeah, all those riffs just sitting there waiting to go, but no.
So you guys came to my attention because I was sort of like browsing the New Zealand metal groups, and you released an album. It was a 9-track album back in November. But I just saw it, a couple of days ago, and I thought that's interesting. I hadn't heard of this band before, so
we
I
haven't
checked
really
it out.
promoted or anything. Well, we're not like force feeding anybody or anything. It's not a great crusade for us.
Your Facebook page kind of began with just that sort
Yeah.
of slapped on there, and
Yeah.
without much of a comment. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I checked it out. It's called Staring Down the End, and it was. I was really impressed. The only sort of weak point with the tracks, I felt, being a drummer, I suppose, were the drums, but the guitars and everything else sounded legitimate. So are you looking at trying to improve that sort of area of your sound?
Would love to. It just comes down to logistics and who's available. Well, But yeah, it would be great to have a decent drummer on it, or it approached from a drummer's mind.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, the drums, the music and everything, it's all basically a learning process that we've been going through. I mean, this is all, technology is catching up now, and it's becoming so much easier to be able to do this stuff in your shed and stuff like that,
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have done it if it hadn't been for the new gear.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
and this
Not like the
album,
old days.
we definitely love to get a decent sound going, but this album was an experiment sonically, as it were. Lee's been going hard out.
Second one sounding
Nearly
a lot
every
better,
time
yeah.
we get a song down, we're thinking, there's a new piece of technology that we could be using to make the sound even better. It's all up to Lee though, because I have no idea what I'm doing in that situation.
Well, I thought the guitar tones, like the guitar sounds and all, and the playing particularly, was spot on.
Let's just clarify too that we didn't mention at the start. Mark's our vocalist, but Mark's also a guitar player.
I see.
So that we're a band of guitar players and we've all written.
Yeah.
Right. So are you all playing guitar
But
on the
this
album?
is kind of my.
I'm not
puppy,
on
but-
playing anything on this album because I wouldn't stand back and let Lee
Okay.
get it out of his system.
There'll be a bit of mark on the next one, I would
Yeah.
think.
Definitely.
A couple of epic solos.
Oh, yeah, blistering. Blistering.
Harmonies.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I think it's another thing that's lacking on the album. And I'm a big Vi Satriani fan,
agree
you know,
with that,
Yngwie, so I'd definitely be wanting to put some big shredding leads on it to make it, you know, pop.
I presume that you haven't really gigged because you don't have a drummer, or do you use a drum machine?
Well,
Or,
yeah,
I
that's
mean, you could do
half
that.
the reason. The other reason is he's in Auckland, I'm in Hamilton.
Yeah,
And we've got day jobs, you know.
yeah.
Just the big picture just hasn't added up to that being feasible. But we're not ruling it out.
No,
Is it
definitely not. Definitely not.
It would
I mean,
be nice.
yeah, it's fun, you know, gigging. Definitely fun. I was playing in a band called Coffin Feeder about 7 years ago, and we were gigging all the time, you know, and you go down to Wellington, and you know you're just getting free beer to do the gig, basically, and a bit of gas money. And then next thing you're shunted because no one's turned up to the gig, so you're getting shunted down the line because everybody wants to bugger off home early, and you're playing at 1 o'clock in the morning, you know.
Yeah, sure.
And it does wear you down. It wears you down.
The internet's changed it all as well.
Oh, definitely, man.
It really has. People are sport for choice.
It's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? The internet,
It
like
is.
you have the potential to be able to reach a massive
Yeah,
audience,
and anyone can do
global
it. It's
audience.
great, you know.
You can type something, and the entire planet can read it. But at the same time, you get lost in the crowd because everybody
That's
can
it.
do that.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like nobody can find you. It's like too many voices are
Yeah.
yelling, you know, and it's hard to be heard.
That's right, mate.
So you really have to like punch through with something special to be noticed.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
true.
I was really impressed with your album. I thought it had a lot of potential, and I look forward to seeing what you do next.
Cheers, man.
Is there any chance of maybe like taking some of those songs and like retracking them, or is it?
I wouldn't think so. No,
done.
it was to basically just to get a bit of momentum going.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we've got stacks of songs, Will.
Yeah, we've got stacks of songs. We work on the new album at the moment. We've got 3 down at the moment. And they're all sounding awesome, as I mean, like we said, the more we record, the more we know how to record.
Sure.
Yeah,
And,
because we've learned as we're going along.
It's got that
Yeah.
learning curve, eh?
Yeah, and it definitely shows. I mean, even me being vocals, when I was in my last band, I was doing a Danny Filth type of style, you know. But in this one, we just decided, let's try doing some hardcore shit, some heavy
growls.
stuff,
Yeah.
do some growling.
But because we're from that school, you know, at our age, the old death metal, the old thrash stuff, we kind of noticed that there wasn't that much of it actually going round.
Mhm.
Yeah,
There's only a couple of bands. You had one that I noticed in here the other week, I think.
Right.
You know, there's not that many of them around.
No, there's bands like Silent Torture who do.
Yeah,
very,
that's
very
who I was talking about. Who I quite enjoyed.
And they're getting a lot of supports, mostly because they're sort of they use their Downfall Productions to sort of set up a lot of gigs, so they sort of you know cultivate their own shows. But also I think there is also a vacuum that has allowed certain bands more opportunities because there are actually a lot less bands. Like a lot of bands sort of died out, or just
Yeah,
sort of gave up, or changed to sort of more mellow stuff. Or I don't know.
We definitely noticed there wasn't that much of the old traditional style going down, and that's where we come from. So we're
That's
like,
true.
yep.
You got a Suffocation shirt on. You know, when Suffocation was like playing here, they like the crowds. You know, the King's Arms was packed, packed.
yeah.
So there is definitely still a market for that kind of music. People love that stuff.
For the good ones, yeah.
Yeah. What are your overall plans for 2018?
Working on this new one, we're giving ourselves 6 months, so
Yeah, 6 months.
we
the next
decided to
one
have the
will
car
be
ride over. Yeah, give ourselves 6 months.
Getting your story straight.
Yeah, to get this one out and wrapped up. Like we were saying, we just keep doing music. We just keep going. So we'll be looking at another album as soon as that's come out.
There's no real set plan with us. I think
Yeah.
if we're not enjoying it, we'd stop.
Right.
Yeah, we do it for fun, and we've got limited amount of time. So you got to have that attitude when you go into it that hey, this is for a laugh, but you've got to give 150% now every time you're there to do it
Sure.
because it's still got to be top of the line stuff. You know, you got
otherwise it's just not worth doing
it's
it
not,
at all.
not
is
worth
it?
doing it, mate. So
How often do you guys sort of hook up and?
probably once a month, eh?
Yeah, once a month, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more sometimes.
Mm.
Probably a little bit more, getting near the end of the 6 month sort of
Yeah,
time
there'll
limit you
be
set
a-
yourself.
Bit of smashing going on at the end of it.
yeah. It's all really about the vocals, you know. You gotta get the vocals down. I mean, I don't even have to be around after I've done my vocals, and Lee can sort out mixing it all and everything like that, which is great.
We
Yeah.
did one for the last album and the song changed.
Yeah.
But you can do that now, as long as it works. and it
Because
sounds
you've
good.
always got that factor too, you know. I'll come down and do my vocals and stuff, and I'll listen to the song and I'll listen to it again, and then I'll come back and say, you know what, Lee, cut half that stuff out. You know, I don't like it. It's not going to work. And he could have been spending months
We're
working
doing
on this
all it-
song, you know, and I've just come and flown through and ruined it.
We're not the fussiest people in the world, you know. It's
No.
we're not anal about music or anything.
Yeah. Let's just sit there, pick out notes of guitar solos and stuff like that, and they go, oh, what'd you do that one for? And it's like, mate, come on, give me a break.
Judging by what I've heard so far, it seems like you guys have, you know, like you know what you want to do, and you've got your plan
Yeah.
set. Like, you know, like there was a certain
Very
consistency with
much
the
so,
songs.
yeah.
Like everything kind of matched. The rest were all, you know,
Yeah.
of the same ilk.
Yeah, there's a
So-
style going on.
So what wasn't like there was a really shitty weak song and there was a really strong song. Everything was kind of on par, which is a good
Yeah.
sign.
That was in our mission statement. We had a few little rules.
Yeah.
One was that we should be able to play them slightly inebriated.
Yeah, definitely. That's always a freaking. Yeah.
So it's fairly steady.
Well, that's all you're getting paid to do it for, isn't it? So you got
Play it properly.
yeah, you got to
That's
be
right.
able to have a few beers.
Cool. Well, do you guys have anything else to add to that? Have we covered all the bases?
I mean, we'd love to hear from a drummer who'd be interested in doing some drum work for us. I mean, because it's impossible for us to try and find a drummer who can.
Yeah, that's been that's a big thing in our story actually, because our drummer passed away and we never really recovered from that.
Yeah,
Because he was a friend, Danny was an awesome drummer as well.
No.
It's a big part of our story. That
yeah. So he knew what our sound was like, even back then. So the person's got to be able to deal with that as well. But if there's anybody out there, give us a bell.
Where would they ideally be located? Are you happy to have them like in Auckland or in Hamilton?
Yeah, definitely one or the other, Hamilton or Auckland.
Hamilton, Auckland's cool.
All right. Well, best luck in your search.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never know that somebody might pop out of the woodwork.
Might do.
Some amazing drummer who's just been playing in the garage for 10 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Now's my chance.
Yeah, we'll
Alright.
work for beer.
yeah, beer and pats on the back.
Yeah, that's right, man.
All right, well, thanks very much for coming in to see me today.
Cool,
and,
no problem, man.
And best of luck
Yeah,
for the
thanks,
rest
Will.
of 2018.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.